Well, I think I've just been waiting to play basketball for a really long time now. You go through the preseason games, you go through a lot of training camp. It's been a few weeks now. I think you're just itching to get out there and really play like a real game that's going to count towards your record. But I feel like I have a better understanding of how everything works, a better understanding of what to expect when you get in the game, when you get in these environments. I've played in this arena for a year now, so I think just relying on the experience of playing here for a year, but also this is going to be this team's first time playing together too. So there's going to be a learning curve there and a challenge that's presented, and it's not everything's going to be perfect. It's just got to play through the mistakes. That's what Coach Steph talks about all the time. So, just learn and go out there and compete and get the win.
From the outside, this team looks a lot different. There's a lot of new faces on this year's team. There's more expectations for a deeper run in the postseason. Do you feel that from the inside too, there's maybe a different feel for this year compared to last year?
I always expect to win, whether it's last year or whether it's this year. I think last year, our goal was getting back to the playoffs. So coming in here as a rookie, that's kind of what we were expected to do. And then, this year our front office made a lot of really great changes to be able to put this roster together and construct a team that can really win now if we, do everything the right way. But, it's a long season. It's 44 games. It's going to take a lot of time. And then once you get to the playoffs, that's when you need to be playing your best basketball. So in our locker room, we expect to win championships, and, that's what we're going to try to do.
Is there anything you did or thought about last year going into your season opener that you're changing this year with the knowledge of knowing this league?
Honestly, I don't even really remember season opener last year. Maybe that's a good thing. I think just going out there and having fun and being confident. And, I've been in this league for a year now. I know I belong. I know I can perform. And I know I can make my teammates better every single night. And that's my job. So just being confident in that and, coming out here and doing, not everything's going to be perfect. Give yourself grace. There's going to be really good moments. There's going to be moments where you struggle. So just trying to stay as neutral as I can and stay positive. But I think just being confident and, I've been in these moments before and I'm ready for them.
Before last season, I think you had a lighthearted moment goal to put just smile, this chaos smile. Is that the message again, or what have you thought about going into it?
Yeah, I think I play my best basketball when I'm having fun. So that's certainly my goal, and I feel like that's when I began to play really good basketball last year too, is when I just was relaxed and having fun and playing my game and getting my teammates involved, getting the crowd involved. I think smiling goes a long way, not only for your teammates that are looking at you and watching you as a leader on the court, but also for myself. That's a stress reliever too. So, just smile and have fun. That's always what I try to remind myself. That's the reason I play this game every single day, is because I love it. Why else would you do it if you didn't love it? So just remind myself of that.
One thing Aliyah was saying is that players, you can't really get too caught up in rivalries. But
Yeah.
Fans now love this rivalry, Chicago and Indiana, because of the geographic closeness. What do you think it means to have rivalries like that in the game that people kind of extra look forward to?
Yeah, I think rivalries are good for all of sports. I grew up, and whether it was the high school football team that my grandpa coached, playing their rival, I grew up not liking the rival high school, even though I was 5 years old. That was just because what my family did. So rivalries are real, and that's what makes sports so amazing. There's certain teams that those games just mean a little bit more. So I think for our team though, you come out here and you play the same way every single night, but I think it gets the fans involved and they love it. And, I think it's a great part of sport, is having those rivalries that people get really amped up about and love coming in this arena and cheering for.
Is there any correlation between your first game as a freshman in college and your first game as a sophomore and your first game as a pro? And then, because it seems to me like it's a world of difference coming in your second year as a pro.
I think it's you show up in a new chapter of your life is all right, well, you're trying to prove to yourself, you're trying to prove to everybody that you belong, and you're trying to find your way, you're trying to earn your spot and earn your minutes. So I think when you come into your second season, whether, it's in college or whether it's professionally, or even if it's really in high school, you belong, what the coach expects of you, teammates, how things operate. You just have a different sense of confidence about you, and you know how to respond when, things don't go your way, and you know how to, appreciate the really good moments and still learn from those too. So for me, I think just in the second year is just the confidence of, what I was able to do in year one. And, by no means is it going to be the same. Like, you don't want it to be the same. It's a different team. You're going to create a new identity, and we're going to create a new culture, and hopefully be able to win more and hopefully perform better. But, every year is going to be different. Every game is going to be different. So I think just rely on the confidence of, being in similar moments.
It seems like the WNBA can present a lot of learning opportunities for any player. I don't know for you in the offseason if there's anything that sticks out as something that you really learned about yourself. I don't know if kind of having to deal with a preseason injury, if that's something you feel like you had to learn something about yourself through that.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I think becoming a pro is where you learn a lot. And, I could have gone through this whole offseason and not done anything. Like, that's just the reality. Like, there's not a team lift scheduled on your phone in the middle of the summer. Like, that's just not how it works. Like, you're a professional. Like, you make your calendar, you make your schedule, you make your routine, you make your workouts, and, you have to be diligent in that. And I think, I'm one of those players that loves to know I'm getting every single thing done. So, I think it's just having discipline, and I feel like that's what I've always had in my life, and that's a skill like not everybody can have all the time. So I feel very fortunate of the coaches, the mentors, the other teammates that I've had that have held me accountable throughout my life. Like, once you become a pro, like, these are the things that really matter. You have to act like that. You have to, be accountable in January to your teammates now. Like, what are you doing in January to be better for the moments like tomorrow?
What were the motivations or things you were thinking about during those 8 a.m. workouts when it's, in the dead of winter?
I think for myself, like, I know there's so much room for me to improve. Like, that's always what I remind myself. And for me, it's like, I don't really have to find motivation to get in the gym. Like, sure, like, I mean, I can be motivated that we, like, made it to the playoffs and lost both games, but, like, I love it. Like, I crave wanting to be better. I know I can get a lot better. Like, I don't think I've arrived by any means. I don't think I'm at the peak of my game yet. So it's just like, grinding for those moments and being consistent. Like, if you do it once a week, like, that's never going to show up all summer long. So just being consistent and having a routine and continue to do it over and over. So when we get into moments in, September and October, those things really shine.
Caitlin, what you've seen from this team in the preseason, has it only heightened your expectations or justified your expectations for this team?
I mean, I think it's, my expectation is the same of us winning championships, but, like, when I take the court tomorrow, that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about one possession. I'm thinking about one quarter. I'm thinking about how can I put my teammates in positions to be successful. Like, if you're thinking so far down the road, or if you're thinking even to the next game, like, that's a disservice to your teammates. That's a disservice to the fans here. It's, what can we do every single possession to win this game? So that's what I'll be thinking about. And, the long-term goal always remains, but it's what are you going to do every single day to achieve that.
The time crunch that you all had last year trying to pick up things on the fly.
I still feel like it was a time crunch, and I feel like it's still, the timing is still kind of close together, but I think being able to have 3 preseason games helped a lot. You kind of work through everything a little bit quicker, so I think having 3 was pretty great for us. But, we're excited going into the season once again. It's just a brand new season, so for us, it's just about having fun.
In what ways do you feel like having depth this year will be advantageous, especially given how fast and quick you guys want to play? You can get fresh bodies in there frequently.
Yeah, our depth is going to be very crucial for us. I think everyone being able to step on the floor at any moment during the game is going to be special, especially now that we have more games this season. We'll have on back-to-backs, being able to recover, but also know that you don't have to play the full 40 minutes because you have a great amount of people coming in right behind you.
This has turned into a heck of a fun rivalry, and I know as players you kind of have to just approach every game the same, but geographically, the closeness and everything, what does that rivalry mean to you guys as players? What do you think it means to fans?
I think it means a lot more to fans as the rivalry. I think everyone in their fan bases just going kind of against each other. Most of it happens obviously on social media for them, so I think they kind of enjoy it. But for us, you can't put one team above another. And so we come with the same focus for every game, being mentally ready, mentally tough, because we know every single time it's going to be a competition.
Aliyah, where do you think this team has improved over last year? Now that you've seen through the preseason and practices, how much better is this team? Where?
I think it's better in just the way that we are able to be connected pretty early on. Like, I think being able to see throughout the 3 preseason games the way that we've been able to get a little bit better each and every game, whereas last year, I think our start was just pretty rough. And so our connectivity on the court was just super hard. Like I think especially once again, Caitlin came in and that change of pace that she plays with, I think was a lot different, especially for me coming in my rookie season. And so now it's like, you go into the offseason, you played with Caitlin for a year and everyone else and Kelsey, and like, hey, this is how fast we're going to play, this is how you prep. And so being able to have that mindset coming in, I think has helped a lot.
What did the home game become last year in terms of atmosphere, and what you kind of expect tomorrow?
I mean, I expect a loud, amazing crowd. I think we saw that all our home games last year. And that's what I think I love about the fans here is that they come out, they're loud. They support us no matter what time of game it is, no matter the score. They are loud, and we appreciate that so much.
You're going against a team that also looks a lot different. I know you guys are focused on yourself, but going into it, how much are you looking at film of last year or film of their preseason games? How much stock are you putting into it?
Yeah, honestly, you can't look at any film from last year. I think just looking at their preseason games, you're able to just see, I think they have done a great job bringing wings in on the outside that pass the ball well into the post and can also shoot the three. And so for us, I mean, you just have to be ready at every position because you can't look anyone off. You can't be in the paint guarding anyone. And so for us, once again, it's just being ready, making sure we're connected, especially in that defensive end. And offensively, we just do what we do.